Dow is up by 296 points, S&P 500 up by 21 points, NASDAQ down by 6 points, and gold is up by $6.6. Oil is up by 3.7%. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sean, joining you live in the Watchlist program of Magenta Trade. And today is Monday, the 16th of May. Good afternoon, everyone, once again. And we are back with our regular YouTube live program, The Watchlist. At Magenta Trade, we teach you how to grow your portfolio using option trading strategies. We explain in simple terms how you can participate in the world-leading companies with a fraction of the amount you need as normal investment. In the vast ocean of a stock market, there are plenty of opportunities to gain from the movement of share prices every day. However, market is unpredictable, volatile, and sometimes complex to understand. In order to be successful, you need a disciplined, rule-based approach developed over a long period of experience in the market and focused on building a long-term portfolio to protect your hard-earned money. But first, let's look at the disclosures. Just give me a second. I would share my screen with you. And I'd switch off my video so that you can have a better view. Once again, welcome to the watch list on 16th of May. The information provided by Magenta Trade are solely for educational and informational purposes. We are not investment advisors, and you should consult a financial advisor before making any investments. Options trading involve exceptional gains, but at the same time, they pose inherent risk. Past results are no guarantee of future gains. For more disclosures, you can visit our website, www.magentatrade.com. A few words about me. I have been actively trading in stocks, ETFs, futures, options, warrants, CFDs, currencies, and much more, many more, for the more than 15 years now. I've turned my personal trading experience into a professional coaching, and recently we have formed the company Magenta Trade to share with you my strategies of success in trading using simple terms and techniques. My favorite areas of coaching are trade management and money management. I have experienced immense potential of trading using option based on stocks and ETFs, and I help you understand how they might help you build a steady and reliable retirement income stream. As a coach, I focus on a daily routine, follow simple rule-based strategy, use simple tools to enter and exit the trades, and manage your positions in 15-20 minutes every day. Okay, so that's something about me. Let's look at some of the earnings report we posted earlier in our website and in the social media channels. We'll start with Tower Semiconductor. Tower Semiconductor, TSEM, reported first quarter March 2022 earnings of 49 cents per share with a revenue of $421 million, whereas the estimation was about $406.9 million in terms of revenue and approximately 47 cents per share in terms of earnings per share. So that's something beyond expectation. And their revenue also grew 21.3% on a year-on-year basis. Looking at the details, revenue for the first quarter of 2022 was $421 million as compared to $347 million in the first quarter of 2021. Organic revenue for the first quarter of 2022, defined as total revenue, excluding revenues from Nuvoton in the Japanese fabs and from Maxim in the San Antonio fab, grew by 29% year-on-year. Gross profit was $105 million, 50% higher than $70 million recorded in the first quarter of 2021. Operating profit was $63 million, 94% higher than $32 million year-on-year. Also, in terms of cash flow, generated from operating activities in 2022 first quarter was $137 million, and investment in fixed assets was $81 million. Okay, moving on to the next company, Weber reported second quarter March 2022 with a loss of 64 cents per share on a revenue of $607.3 million, whereas the expectation was the earnings of 17 cents per share on revenue of $661 million. So that was really much below expectations. The company said it expects a fiscal 2022 revenue of $1.65 billion to $1.8 billion, whereas the previous guidance was about between $2.1 billion to $2.14 billion. Weber is the world's leading barbecue brand. Now, looking into some more details, for this quarter, Weber generated net sales of $607 million, gross profit of $209 million, and a net loss of $51 million, whereas the adjusted earnings before interest, tax, and depreciation was $86 million. Net sales decreased 18% in the Americas to $306 million. On a 2-year stack basis, net sales increased by actually 41%. EMEA net sales increased 9% to $261 million. APAC net sales decreased by 6% to $34 million. Also, the Weber Board of Directors declared a cash dividend of 4 cents per share payable in cash on June 17th. Okay, let's move on to some of the things that we do here at Magenta Trade. We base our strategies on 3 dimensions of investment: long-term capital growth, building a retirement portfolio over a longer period of time, generating regular income using stocks and options trading strategies, and ensuring your capital is adequately protected against severe market downturns so that your hard-earned money is not wasted in adventure. Now let's look at some of the earnings of the recent trades, some of the profits. SPX gain of 15.5% in 5 days, workday gain of 8% in 10 days, SPX gain of 14.65% in 3 days, Apple a profit of 13.25% in 6 days, Microsoft a profit of 10.84% in 6 days, Apple another profit of 15.32% in 3 days, McDonald's gain of 7.9% in 15 days, another SPX gain of 15.38% in 5 days. So these are the trades of last 2 or 3 weeks mostly. And of course, these are just highlights of some of the trades. And as I mentioned previously, any past results are not a guarantee of future predictions. In terms of the philosophy at Magenta Trade, we believe that you should be confident of why you are investing using specific criteria of entry and exit, following effective proven strategies to grow your portfolio and safeguarding your capital from the massive volatility in the market. You should always look for opportunities in the market, whether the stocks are going up, down, or sideways. Our strategies should consider all scenarios that market presents us to explore new trade opportunities every day. At Magenta Trade, we teach you how to follow the simple steps to explore and invest in stocks and options, following clearly defined rules to trade management, entry, and exit. Practice the simple steps, use the tools and resources available, follow the rules so that the process becomes mechanical and efficient. Investment is a process of consistently applying the techniques that we teach on a regular basis and aim for success with perseverance and analysis. Even when the odds are against you, you need to follow the rules to protect yourself and maintain discipline to attain long-term results. Finally, investing is a process of continuous learning. There's no better investment than educating yourself with better strategies and techniques. At Magenta Trade, our complete focus is in educating the investors and traders so that they can find new opportunities by themselves and do their best with their investments. In our options trading a masterclass program, we teach you the fundamentals of options trading, factors determining the pricing of options, how the options help you make significant gains using small investments, and how you can protect your traditional investment in stocks and make regular incomes in your portfolio. We follow a step-by-step approach for entry and exit in different market conditions to explore trading opportunities. Our rule-based strategies help you to find profitable trades using simple tools and techniques. We teach you how to manage your trades on a daily basis based on developing market conditions. In order to handhold you in this learning curve, during the program, we help you with live trading sessions where we make real life trading and show you the positions that we are trading. For more information on our courses and learning material, please visit our website, www.magentatrade.com. In this watchlist program, we navigate through the market, discuss about earnings, major announcements, and market developments, and we browse through some of the stocks that we keep on adding in our watch list. Okay, so let's get started with what's happening in the market quickly. And here we go. S&P 500 is now up by almost 13 points. Earlier, it was below where it closed on Friday, so it was trading at a loss. But now it is back up by at least 1/3 of a percentage. But still, it is below the trend line here. And as you can see, there was a major support line was 4,662, which would probably work as a resistance now. And the other major support level is at 3594, which is almost 400 points below where it is currently now. So it is another 10% drop probably can be possible if it goes to the next support level. But for the time being, it is on the upside today. And for last 3 days, actually, including today, the close is actually above the open. So these are green bars now. So that is a positive sign that there could be a reversal. But the geopolitical scenarios do not suggest that. The war in Ukraine is continuing. And there is new development in terms of announcement from Finland and Sweden that they might join NATO very soon. Also, so that means that Russia won't be happy with those developments. In terms of China's economic numbers, they were not at all encouraging, and the global markets reacted very negatively to those numbers. Also, the inflation is at record high in many countries, including the US, the UK, even in China, India, and many other countries. So overall, the economic and geopolitical scenarios do not suggest a dramatic turnaround, I would say, but more or less some movement is possible. The markets are at significant lower, and many stocks are trading at 50% below their previous 52-week high numbers. And it is possible that for some time there could be a breather, there could be some upside in the stocks. Okay, in terms of NASDAQ, it is still in the negative, but currently just by 7 points. And Dow is up by actually 240 points. So that is significantly positive, and up by almost more than 2/3 of a percentage, actually 0.7%. Dollar index is down by 0.23%. The volatility in the VIX volatility index is down by 4.8% today, and gold is up by $5 an ounce, and silver is up by 2.28%. Oil is up by 3.19%. So that's the general market scenarios. Let's look at some of the stocks that are making news today. So the first one is probably JetBlue. Let's have a look at JetBlue. JetBlue is down by almost 5% because there was a news that company is offering $30 a share to take over Spirit Airlines. So they are taking over another airline, and whenever there is such an acquisition, the company which announces the proposal actually goes through a downturn. So in this case, it is JetBlue. The airline Spirit Airlines previously declined an offer from JetBlue. Sorry, not from JetBlue amid a planned merger with Frontier Airlines, but that has not happened. As of today, Spirit Airlines shares sold 11% on the takeover news. So that's a $30 per share. Let's look at what is the price of Spirit Airlines. It's $19 and it is up by 12%. So there is another room for another $11. So yeah, so that's interesting. Maybe we can look into that. Look into that particular news. So that is an offer by JetBlue to Spirit Airlines of $30 per share. Yeah, so that is a possibility. There may be another upside of $10, $11. Let's see what happens with that. The other company that's in news today, Eli Lilly. And the stock is up by a 3 percentage point after the Food and Drug Administration approved the company's tirzepatide treatment for type 2 diabetes for adults. The drug is expected to be available in the coming weeks. So that's Eli Lilly, currently trading at $300, and it's already above the 50 days moving average, 20 days moving average, and today it is above the 5 days moving average as well. So it is in a positive territory. Let's see if you would like to draw a trend line from here. So let's say here. Even if we do like this, so it is definitely a positive trend line there, and the pattern has been positive. Their earnings results were also very good, 14% above the expectation in terms of the earnings per share for the results announced on 28th of April. And the revenue was up by or above 7% above the expectation, and it looks pretty good numbers in those terms. So maybe we can look into an opportunity there as well. Okay, so Eli Lilly. So interestingly, let's put that stock in our watch list so that we can have a look at it. Eli Lilly. Okay, so that's LLY. And today is 16th of May. I'll add Eli Lilly, LLY, in our watch list. Okay, the next one in our discussion today is a Signature Bank. Signature Bank, the shares are down by 6.11 or 6.11%. And as you can see, it has been a continuous downturn there. The stock is currently at probably trading at a low of February 2021. So that's more than 15 months now. So all the gains of the last 15 months have evaporated in the market now. And the stock is currently at $188, which is almost near the 52-week low space. On Friday, actually, it was on the 52-week low. So in that term, okay, so let's have a look at the details. So the company give a mid-quarter update. The company reported total deposits are down by $1.39 billion. The drop is mainly because of the the losses in the crypto, or in the balance of the market balance of the deposits of the traders in crypto there. The Signature is known for serving crypto institutions, and swings in crypto prices lately have been reflected in the deposits and the transactions volume growth. So that is Signature Bank. It's currently down by almost 6%. So I will add that stock to the list as well. The reason for that is BNY, because I was reading another article, and there are some positive reviews about Signature Bank. That even though their crypto segment has actually is seeing a downturn because of the in general market conditions, this is one of the most rapidly growing regional banks. In 2021, the bank grew its commercial and industrial loan portfolio by almost 79% to $32.9 billion. The loan quality remains strong, and this year's decline is mainly related to the cryptocurrencies or the digital currencies. Despite this decline in terms of the crypto assets, the Signature Bank is expected to continue its rapid growth, and it's expected to increase its earnings per share 48% this year and 22% in 2023. So that is something interesting about Signature Bank. So I will add it to our watch list. The next company in our discussion today is Carvana. Carvana is currently trading at 7% gain after the online used car retailer forecast a quicker than expected timeline for profitability. The company also shared plans to cut costs. So there is an announcement there. This is the news. Carvana company on Friday forecast significant core earnings for 2023 as an online used car retailer spelled out plans to rein in spending on advertising expansion and other areas to offset waning demand. Okay, so that's the news about Carvana. Currently the stock is up by almost 12%, sorry, 7%. Okay, let's quickly have a look at the news again. So the another stock that in discussion nowadays is Twitter. Twitter is down by almost 6.5% in continuation of the news of that whether Elon Musk would actually continue or carry out the acquisition of Twitter or not. There are significant doubts after the last week announcement that the acquisition is on hold pending the confirmation of the number of user accounts or the fake user accounts, excuse me, in Twitter, and that's still in the pending status currently. The other company, Nucor Corporation, The stocks are currently down by 2.33%. After the company announced plans to acquire CHI Overdose Doors, a manufacturer of overhead doors for residential and commercial markets in the US and Canada. The transaction is valued at $3 billion and is expected to be completed in June. Rivian, in the news for last few weeks, Livian Automotive is down by 5.43% after Ford disclosed in a SEC filing that it sold an additional 7 million shares in the electric vehicle maker. Previously, Ford also sold another 8 million shares. So in total, 15 million shares have been sold by Ford in Rivian. Okay, the next one is Sophie. Sophie Technologies is up by 3% on some positive guidance and by the analysts. So that is Sophie. Warby Parker, I think there was some announcement on their earnings. Yes, the company reported 30 cents per share loss against expectation of a 0.04 cents or 0.4 cents profit expectation. The revenue was $153.21 million, which is below expectation as well. So the stock is down by 3.96% currently at $16.75. Okay. Now let's look at an analysis that we did over the weekend. And I would like to repeat here for those who did not probably have a look at our update on the social media or in the website. So we use a tool called finviz.com, and I'm just going to show you here how this tool is useful. We use this tool for our screener purposes, and if you would remember, we have used in that past to build our stock list, watch list there. Okay, so it's very easy to use tool, and there are different things that you can do. You can have a market map, you can have the advanced stock screener, and you can have all the financial and technical, fundamental and technical analysis here. So the most powerful thing that I find here is this screener in this particular tool. And you can go through our social media post for more details on this one, especially in LinkedIn. I have posted in detail. Okay, let's have a look at what we found out, or you can say what we explored over the weekend to search for some stocks of value, you can say, which are probably beaten a lot, but they still have some value. So I selected some stocks based on US market cap, that is plus mid-range, like over $2 billion. And I was looking for the stocks which have an analyst recommendation of buy or better. So these are all the information, like, all these informations you can find in this website, finviz.com. Now let's go to this fundamental analysis, probably, where we see that earnings per share growth this year was over 5%. Earnings per share growth next year is again over 5%, and earnings per share growth in the next 5 years is also 5%. So based on these criteria, we try to select the stocks. And the other important criteria that we had was in terms of technical, that 52-week high, 50% or more below high. So that's what we were looking for. And when we used this criteria, we got 4 names. So that one name has changed actually. So that is interesting. I will update that as well. But interestingly, we got these 4 companies. One is GoodRx. So if you click on GoodRx, it's a significantly, it's a downtrend and it's a range bound, as you can see. It's definitely a bearish channel there. However, the company has been growing its earnings per share. Earnings per share growth is 94.2% this year, and earnings per share next year growth is 40%, and earnings per share in next 5 years is predicted to be 20%, 20.12% per annum. So that is very interesting. Their current ratio is 16.80. Revenue in the sales past 5 years have grown in 49.6%. And gross margin has grown 93.8% in the last year. However, a lot of analysts have downgraded the stock, so maybe that's why it is currently down. But overall, long-term long-term scenario, or in terms of long-term business model, the company has got a very good business model and revenue model, which we like. Their business is mainly offering the consumers a cheaper way to buy prescription medicines and other useful medicines. So they have a kind of a network with the chemists and the doctors. So based on the different referral processes, they can offer a substantial discount in terms of the medicines when their consumers follow their application, or the website to buy the pharmacy products. So that is a very good model, and it's like in a new age technology. There are a lot of marketing opportunities available with them from the chemist and the pharmaceutical companies. So that's definitely, there is a lot of potential there. The next stock in our list was Netflix. Netflix is no stranger. As you know, there is some volatility in the last few days, especially after the earnings, because of a significant 7 million decline in number of subscribers in the US for Netflix. But in other markets, the subscription has actually grown, especially in the markets like India. Obviously, there was a decline in Russia because the company stopped the broadcast there. So there, almost 700,000 subscribers have been lost there in Russia. But in spite of that, the company has been earning a healthy income. Their revenue was excuse me. Their earnings per share next year is supposed to grow by 9.98%. This year, the earnings per share has grown by 81%. And over the next 5 years, it is supposed to grow by 12.42% every year. Okay. So that's on Netflix, and there are a lot of other positive numbers as well. But as you can see in the chart, Netflix is in our list as well. So currently it is trading at $188, which is almost like at rock bottom. Okay, the next one in our list is so these all we got from this website Finviz. You can also subscribe to this. You can follow our video, and I will post the link to this website, which you can use for the purpose of subscriptions there. Okay. Netflix. Okay. Revolve Group. In case of Revolve Group, the earnings per share, this earnings per share this year has grown by 69.9%. Next year, it's supposed to grow by 28%. And in the next 5 years, it is supposed to grow by 29% year on year. Return on investment has been 31.7%, and forward PE is forward price earning ratio is expected to be 18.25. Gross margin is 55%. So in general, the company is doing well. However, the stock has lost a lot of value in the last 12 months or so. It has since its previous high of $90 almost. Currently, it is trading at 28.94. So Revolve. So I will add it to our watch list. Revolve. And the fourth company in our list is, let's have a quick look. Going back to this is Upstart. So Upstart, again, as you can see, earnings per share this year has grown by 747%. Next year, it is expected to grow by 37%. And for the next 5 years, it's supposed to grow by 25% year on year. A return on investment is 9.5%. Gross margin is 85.1%. So there are strong fundamental numbers. Forward price earning ratio is 14.62. But the price of the share has significantly declined in the last few months. And if we look at Upstart Holdings, as you can see, currently it's trading at 38.28, whereas the previous high, all-time high, was $380. So it is almost trading at 10% of the value. So or the 10% of the market price that it was trading earlier. So that is there is significant potential in terms of this particular share. So you can have a look at long-term opinion on this. Okay. So all these companies has a put a downgrade on this particular stock in the last few days, and they are expecting the revenue to be around the market price of the share to be around $41 to $45 or something like that. So let's see how the company turns around in terms of Upstart. Let's have a look something. I was following their revenue as such. Upstart Holdings. The company said it expects a second quarter revenue of $295 million to $305 million, which is below the existing quarter's revenue, whereas the expectation was $334 million for the quarter ending June 30th. So, so that is why the stock is down significantly. And the company also said it expects 2022 revenue of approximately $1.25 billion. Whereas the previous guidance was $1.4 billion and the similar expectation from the analysts. Upstart is a leading AI lending platform, partnering with banks to expand accessible, affordable credit. Um, so that is their business model, and it's another new age technology. So this is something probably could be growing in the next couple of years in any case. The company co-founder and CEO, Dave Girard, um, mentioned in the earnings report, Upstart just delivered our seventh consecutive profitable quarter and our fourth straight quarter with triple-digit year-on-year revenue growth. While this year is shaping up to be a challenging one for the economy, we know the drill and are confident that we can navigate whatever 2022 and beyond might hold. So the company is still very positive, and the bank partners originated 465,537 loans, totaling $4.5 billion in the first quarter. Okay, so these are some of the companies that we got. If you would like to, use this platform, Finviz, you can get more insight into a number of companies. You can use this kind of screener for your identifying new trade opportunities or investment opportunities there. I will post the link in our video so you can go through that. Now let's quickly browse through different stocks that we already have in our watch list, and we'll just start alphabetically. Advanced Auto Parts, actually up by 1.2% today. So that is interesting. Apple is still down by 0.4 percentage. Accenture is more or less flat. Analog Devices down by 0.4%. Akamai Technology up by 1%. Applied Materials down by 0.4%. AMD is still in a positive territory, up by 0.4%. Amazon is down by 1.5%, and it's down by $35 since the close of Friday. Arista Network down by 3%. Digital Turbine up by almost 5%. Activision is more or less flat. Amex is down by 1.3%. Bank of America down by 0.6%. And Blackstone is down by 2.5%. Chegg is up by 3.74%. So Chegg was another stock in our list when we did the search on over the weekend. And when we made the post, actually today, earlier today, but because the price has increased by 3.9%, so it has missed the cutoff of 50% that we were looking for. The stock being 50% lower than previous 52-week high. So that has now gone out of our that radar. Charter Communications is down by 1.4%. Chivi is down by 3.8%. Salesforce is down by 1.5%. Crocs is down by 2.2%. In terms of major movements, DocuSign is down by 5.3%. Disney is down by 1.5%. Enphase is down by 3.4%. Etsy is down by 5.6%. EXP World is down by 6.4%. Meta or Facebook is up by 1.4%. Fortinet is down by 1.3%. GoodRx is down by 6.4%. Discussed about this stock earlier. Google is down by 1.2%. Starbucks is down by 3%. STA, Star Surgical Company, is down by 5%. Teladoc is again down by another 5%. Tesla is down by more than 5.6%. Twitter is down by 7.7%. That's interesting. Because of the downside news of Twitter, on the Tesla stock was supposed to move up, but uh, not this time, not today. Vertiv Holdings up down by 4%, and Vulcan Materials Company down by 4.7%. Occidental Petroleum is up by 6%, and EA is up by 2%, whereas the Unity Software is down by 6.6% since the earnings in last week. In terms of some other movements, let's say AGRY Agri-Force Growing Systems Limited is up by 43%. That's interesting. NEO is up by 2.9%. Data Storage Corporation is up by 43%. So that's interesting. Okay, so that's more or less about it. Let's look at the index again. SPX is now down by 4.8%, and NASDAQ is down by 0.36%. So it has gone into negative territory now in terms of Friday's close. And overall, as we know, the market has been bearish. So there is no doubt about it. And it depends upon how low it might get as part of this cycle or the correction phase. Thanks a lot for joining today. Keep on watching our video, the watch list, and other posts that we do in the social media. We are posting a number of news items and other information for you, and there would be an exciting announcement in a couple of days in using our website and using the social handles. So do follow us in LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Subscribe to our channel in YouTube and click on the bell icon. Thanks a lot for joining once again. And I'm Shan. See you again tomorrow. Have a great trading day. Thanks a lot.